The unforgettable heroism of Navy Lieutenant Commander Jackson Charles Pharris. A story of courage, sacrifice, and leadership. Jackson Charles Pharris wasn't just another sailor during the harrowing days of Pearl Harbor. He was the embodiment of heroism. When the Japanese launched their devastating surprise attack on December 7, 1941, Pharris was in the thick of it, and his bravery saved countless lives. His leadership and quick decision-making under fire not only kept his ship in action, but also made him a true American hero, earning him the Medal of Honor. Born on June 26, 1912, in Columbus, Georgia, Pharris grew up in a large family, the son of Charles and Eula Pharris. He had 4 brothers and a sister, all of whom shared the bonds of family, but none could have predicted the immense legacy Jackson would one day leave. A journey into the Navy. Pharris joined the US Navy in 1933, at just 20 years old, eager to serve his country. Over the next several years, he honed his skills on the battleship USS Mississippi, where he learned the ins and outs of naval warfare. By early 1941, Pharris had earned a promotion and was transferred to the USS California, taking on the vital role of gunner. Little did he know, his training would soon be put to the ultimate test. On the fateful morning of December 7, 1941, Pharris found himself aboard the USS California, docked along Battleship Row at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. The surprise attack by Japanese forces was nothing short of catastrophic, but Pharris, with a level head and a heart full of courage, stepped up in a way that would define his life. The battle for survival. At the time of the attack, Pharris was stationed in charge of the ship's ordnance repair party on the 3rd deck. When a Japanese torpedo struck just below his station, the explosion sent Pharris hurling to the deck, knocking him unconscious. Despite his injuries, he didn't hesitate. The battle was far from over, and Pharris was determined to keep his ship and his men alive. The USS California was in chaos. Water rushed in, flooding the ship's compartments, while oil spilled over the deck. In the midst of the mayhem, Pharris knew exactly what to do. He ordered the crew to begin passing ammunition to the anti-aircraft guns, all while coordinating damage control efforts. His leadership skills were evident as he instructed ship fitters to perform counter-flooding, flooding specific compartments to counterbalance the ship's growing list to port. But Pharris didn't stop there. Time and again, he risked his own life, entering the flooded and oil-soaked compartments to pull unconscious shipmates to safety. His efforts were nothing short of heroic. 17 men owe their lives to his courage and quick thinking. Despite suffering from head injuries and the toxic fumes filling the air, Pharris never stopped. He continued to direct fire on enemy aircraft and ensured the ship's defenses remained operational as long as possible. The aftermath of the attack. When the smoke cleared, the USS California had been severely damaged. Of the 103 men who lost their lives during the attack, 20 were still missing. Yet thanks to Pharris's quick thinking and tireless leadership, the ship stayed afloat just long enough to be saved. The California would eventually be repaired and returned to service, but it was Pharris's actions on that tragic day that earned him the Navy Cross. In 1948, his bravery was further recognized when his Navy Cross was upgraded to the Medal of Honor, which he received personally from President Harry S. Truman in a White House ceremony. A hero's life beyond war. Though Pharris's contributions to the war effort were already legendary, his journey was far from over. After Pearl Harbor, he continued to serve with distinction. He was assigned to the USS St. Paul, where he helped bombard Japanese positions toward the end of the war. But Pharris's heroism was far from over. He was injured once again during a kamikaze attack in 1945, further cementing his legacy as a warrior who would stop at nothing to protect his comrades. Despite his numerous injuries, Pharris's resolve remained unshaken. He was medically retired in 1948 at the rank of lieutenant commander, and soon after, he started a new chapter in his life. A life well lived. In 1943, Pharris married Elizabeth Potter, and together they had 4 children, one of whom later became a lieutenant colonel in the US Marine Corps. Though his life was marked by unimaginable hardship, Pharriss found joy and fulfillment in his family. He returned to school after his retirement, earning a degree in 1956 from the University of Southern California. In 1959, Pharriss once again proved his heroism when he saved a construction worker from a gas explosion in Long Beach. His actions were credited with saving the man's life, a testament to the enduring spirit of a man who never stopped caring for others. The legacy of a true American hero. Pharriss often attended events honoring Medal of Honor recipients, but in 1966, tragedy struck. While attending such an event at the Beverly Hilton Hotel, Pharriss collapsed from a heart attack and passed away the following day. He was laid to rest at Arlington National Cemetery, a fitting resting place for a man whose bravery had earned him the highest military honors. In 1972, the US Navy named the destroyer escort USS Pharriss in his honor, a symbol of the lasting legacy of his courage and sacrifice. Even in death, Pharriss's story was not forgotten. In the early 2000s, his medals were lost for several years due to a series of tragic events involving his family. However, in 2007, after years of effort by his remaining family members, Pharriss's medals were returned in a touching ceremony in Los Angeles, ensuring that his legacy would continue to inspire future generations.